Twitch. But yeah, I show we're broadcasting on Facebook is live, Val. So, okay.
Okay, all I get is a spinny. I don't see our video, so that could just be me. But
I think it
it
might be
says we're
you.
live, but I don't get a video feed.
All
So.
right, all right. Try refreshing
Okay.
it. That's what I always tell people too, and they say, "Hey, it's hung up on Facebook." It doesn't automatically re-up. The once we start broadcasting, it doesn't automatically refresh your page. Sometimes you got to do that manually. All right. Breakfast and lunch, I think, is where I was leaving off for the kids this morning. We are looking at a bagel, yummy yogurts, fresh fruit, fruit juice, choice of milk. And then for lunch today, it is a hamburger, hot dog, French fries, fresh veggies, fresh fruit, pudding, and a choice of milk. Great way to go into the weekend with a nice hamburger at lunch.
Yes.
All right. Something for you, Val. This tomorrow, in fact, since you're not going anywhere. Chihuahua's 14th annual citywide yard sale. What do you need?
I need a new fountain for my yard. I've had one for years that I love because the birds like to bathe in it. And we went to get it out and it had cracked over the winter. And so, yeah, I need a new fountain for the birds.
Well, that might be something you could find. Somebody getting rid of a bird fountain. 9 to 3 tomorrow throughout the city of Chihuahua. Jared from the newspaper saying this is the largest citywide yard sale they've ever had with the most sign-ups. So go crazy. Take a bunch of stuff home you don't need.
That's nice.
Yeah. Gold Hill Work Party on the new trail up by the golf course. That's going on from 9 to 4. Also, they call it Pet Lovers Day. And, of course, that's the Chihuahua Valley Animal Clinic. And let's see, I don't have any more details on that one. All right, though I do want to cover today pickleball. That's going on at the Chihuahua Golf and Country Club. They take it outside now since the weather is nicer, 9 to 11:30. There's a scholarship fundraiser dinner tonight at the American Legion Post 54. What a great cause. You can get out there and support local kids. It's VFW Post 2047 supporting our local students with this dinner at the American Legion Post 54. That's tonight at 5:30. Scholarship fundraiser, dinner basket raffle, and a silent auction. Raffle tickets just $1, and of course going to a good cause. Dinner tonight, sirloin steak, mashed potatoes, gravy, green beans, bacon, pie for dessert, coffee, and ice water. I almost read that as one sentence. Green beans and bacon pie for dessert, which strangely would attract me. But no, it's not
Doesn't
bacon
sound
pie.
too bad, huh?
It sounds delicious. All right, now going on to Saturday, we had the yard citywide yard sale, Gold Hill Work Party, Pet Lovers Day, which is the CVS Valley Animal Clinic, I believe, and we'll click on that in a second. Also going on in Spokane, this one's really cool. This is a collaboration between the Chihuahua Valley Land Trust and the Colville National Forest, and they're doing a film series at the Magic Lantern Saturday night, 6 to 9, and it's called The Trails Film, the World Trails Film Festival. Going on, like I said, Magic Lantern. You can purchase tickets. There's a QR code. If you go to the Chamber's website and click on the calendar, there's a QR code right there on the banner that you could switch. Pet Lovers Day going on at St. Paul Lutheran Church. That's 110 North 2nd in Chihuahua, and that goes on from 9 until 1. That is all the details I have on that one. All right? You've been watching the news this week, Val?
Yeah, like watching a train wreck.
Well, let's do a few headlines then. And I know you got a little delay, but just interrupt me. If you have something to say, and then maybe during the break we'll have you leave the meeting and come back and see if it helps a little bit. Let's see. The latest jurors heard a secret.
Yeah, I tried resetting my internet before I came on this morning, but I do know that I've got a little internet this morning again. So
I hear it.
just bear with me. If it gets too bad, we can break early and I can reset my router again.
Okay. All right, we'll see how it goes. Jurors heard a secret recording made by former Trump lawyer Michael Cohen of him talking to Trump about a payment allegedly made to former Playboy model Karen McDougal. Let's see. Judge Juan Merchant also heard arguments on whether Trump violated his gag order in 4 more instances. Hasn't made a ruling yet, but expects to soon. They're not the prosecution isn't pushing for jail time because that would just hang up the trial, and they want to keep things moving. Merchant, when he was talking with Trump attorney Todd Blanche, said it was your client who went down to that holding area and stood in front of the press and started speaking again. He went to the press. He didn't need to go in that direction, and his attorney responded, "I agree with that," which brought a large laugh in the overflow room. And then this is like a little...
Nobody can make him do anything, though. That's a problem. Or keep him from doing something he wants to do. You just can't. I mean, yeah.
Reporter said that Trump was glaring at his lawyer when he said, "I agree with that." He then asked the judge. He then asked the judge to review posts he wants to publish on social media, on Truth Social, to see if the judge thought they would violate the gag order. He's trying to save some money, maybe. "Come on, Dad, look it over for me." Merchant said it wasn't his job to review posts ahead of time. He said, "If in doubt, steer clear."
You know what I don't get is the whole argument has been that, well, he's just retweeting or reposting stuff that already had been posted. You didn't have to post it if you were. That's not an excuse. That's not an excuse.
I did it a long time ago. I was just re-showing it.
Oh, goodness.
All right. Keith Davidson, a lawyer.
Yeah.
Keith Davidson, a lawyer who represented Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal in financial negotiations regarding their allegations of extra marital affairs with Trump. In other words, payoffs. Wrapped up his testimony. Their attorney. Prosecutors showed the jury a text message Davidson had sent the National Enquirer editor Dylan Howard after Trump was declared the winner of the 2016 election. Davidson texted, "What have we done?"
I'm hoping a lot of people have asked that question
What have we
since the
done?
first go round. What did we do?
It said that was in reference to the deal that paid McDougal $150,000. Stormy got cheated, but kept her story from going public before votes were cast. Davidson testified there was an understanding that the efforts may have in some way assisted the presidential campaign of Donald Trump. All right, here's the cute one. All right. Here's a cute one. This is typical. After court was dismissed for the day, Trump addressed reporters outside the courtroom, falsely claiming that he is not allowed to testify in the case because he's under a gag order. It has nothing to do with it.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Oh, wow.
Who needs
Yeah.
Netflix? Just watch the news. It's a big show.
Mm-hmm. It's a comedy and it's a horror, and I mean all at one time. So yeah, I mean it's usually a rom-com, but this is a horror-com.
A massive flooding in Texas. Governor Greg Abbott has issued a disaster declaration. Don't worry about going to help, though. It's Texas. They like to do everything themselves.
They're big that way.
Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs signed a repeal of the 1864 state law that banned nearly all abortions. The repeal won't go into effect until this fall, meaning women may not be able to obtain medical assistance there for months, but she did repeal it. President Biden rejected calls from protesters on college campuses to change his stance on the war in Gaza. He said dissent is essential for democracy, but dissent should never lead to disorder. And scary one here. If you're rich, which means 90% of us are totally safe. IRS Commissioner Danny Werfel
Definitely.
unveiled the agency's 3-year plan, including a sharp increase in audits. They got their $87 million, I guess, yesterday, their new funds. And people were worried it was going to weaponize the IRS and that agents with guns were going to be coming to everybody's houses. Werfel says that's not true. They said, yes, we're going to go crazy with audits and looking at people's taxes and businesses' taxes, but we're only looking at people that make over $400,000 a year, or businesses that make over $400,000 a year, which will not affect, they say, 90% of the population. So those kind of conspiracy theory plans, hopefully, are just conspiracy theories. All right. Val, you make over
Well, they
400?
started before Biden. Yeah, they started before Biden was elected, that whole conspiracy theory, or right afterwards, about how he was going to do this and weaponize the IRS and that everybody was coming after you. It's been now 4 years, and that hasn't happened. So, yeah, it's all the crazy, wild conspiracy theories and outright lies started by politicians that are just crazy. So every time that we have come up on an election, we have family members that are like, we can't let Democrats in office, they're going to take away your guns. And I was like, okay, so you've been saying this since before Clinton. Clinton didn't take away your guns. Obama didn't take away your guns. Joe Biden hasn't taken away your guns. So how long are you going to use this big old scary theory?
I'm a lefty,
It
and I
hasn't
got even more guns.
Exactly. We have them too. I'm all about I'm an advocate for the safe use of guns and keeping them out of the hands of people that are mentally unstable or whatever. But I don't have anything against anybody owning a gun.
Yeah. All right, moving on, little sports. Knicks are advancing in the playoffs. Last night's 76ers matchup was also Jalen Brunson's fourth straight playoff game, scoring at least 37 points, a feat last achieved by Michael Jordan way back in 1993. NBA playoffs, Mavericks play the Clippers at 9:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Mavericks lead the series 3-2. In NHL, Stars and the Golden Knights play at 10 o'clock on TNT, 10 o'clock tonight. Stars are up 3-2 in the series. Let's see. Fall Guy, we talked about that on our show when you were our show Tuesday. That action comedy starring Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt is in theaters this weekend, a new one. And Season 3 of Selling the OC, the Orange County spinoff of Selling Sunset, is on Netflix as of this weekend. And I think that's about it. Val, your horoscope for today.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
No, it's good. It says your enthusiasm is drawing attention from all sides, and that's just how you like it. Your great energy to ensure that whatever you start has enough momentum for the days to come. Look at you go, girl.
Oh, wow. It's actually a good one today. I like it.
It is.
I like it. We started yesterday on, we've been talking about making my space in the basement that I do artwork into an actual art room instead of just a corner of the basement. And so we started that yesterday. And we just whipped it out really good. I mean, it went great. So hoping to finish it all up today so that horoscope really fits there.
Wow. All right. Mine maybe not so much. Your way with words is exceptional today, Scott. Even for you. It's the perfect time for you to say what needs to be said, no matter who wants to hear it. Keep speaking until you figure out things to say. I do that every day. This is nothing
Just keep
new.
Rambling on.
Mm-hmm. All right. If you happen to have a birthday today, that means you're one of those bullheaded Tauruses, and you're in a defense position today, but that's cool. In fact, you kind of need to keep it up if you want to come back fighting in the near future. It doesn't sound good for the Tauruses today. Things aren't nearly as bad as they appear, though. Okay. All right. Run with that. Just a couple more news headlines. Let's see here. This one. American oil tycoon. I've never heard of him before. Accused of trying to conspire with OPEC to inflate gas prices. Scott Sheffield, founder and longtime CEO of a leading American oil producer, attempting to collude with OPEC and its allies. Of course, OPEC ran by Saudi Arabia and its allies to inflate prices. Federal regulators alleged on Thursday. Federal Trade Commission said Sheffield, then CEO of Pioneer Natural Resources, exchanged hundreds of text messages discussing pricing, production, and oil market dynamics with officials at OPEC and OPEC Plus. Regulators say Sheffield was using WhatsApp. You know, when you're doing something illegal, it's always WhatsApp. It's like on the online scene when if you're doing any kind of business online or dating, anybody says, "Hey, reach out to me on WhatsApp." Steer clear. Just saying. All right.
Right.
So there's an example of the rich trying to get much richer at the expense of the rest of us. It's horrible. All right. And we'll leave that alone. Move on.
It's just kind of par for the course.
Yeah, totally. All right.
Yeah, because we talked about it as far as grocery prices on Tuesday. And, when you look at the profit margins by these big companies like Kroger's, whose profits jumped over 35% between 22 and 23. That was just an increase. So, yeah, it's the people that, the families and the people that are that 90% that aren't over $400,000 a year that suffer in the name of their profit margins. So
it's gross. It's gross. All right. Do you remember when they said the money was the root of all evil? It was true. All right. We move on to bits and breaks this morning, and we start off with a quick joke from my sister. She has something she wants to say.
yeah, I don't know if it's a joke though. But it's something I felt like I needed to share with people out there because you kind of got some upsetting medical news lately, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the test results came back from the lab and you actually did positive for being too negative.
That's not my blood type. I tested positive for being too negative. All right. Another one, a man went in to get his driver's license renewed. The line inched along for almost an hour until the man finally got his license. He inspected his photo for a moment and commented to the clerk, "I was standing in line so long, I ended up looking pretty grouchy in this picture." Clerk looked at the picture closely and said, "It's okay. That's how you're going to look when the cops pull you over anyway." All right.
Oh, so true. So true.
So true. All right, we're digging through. I was digging through posts from this week, tweets, trying to find the best ones, and I'll kick it off. Me and Val are going to go back and forth. The first one, I really, really feel this. I hate to be in the room with someone doing this. It says, "People eat yogurt, need to relax. Stop scraping the bottom 27 times. It's blueberry yogurt, not crack."
As I was reading that, I mean, you can actually hear in your head the sound made by the spoon going round and around that plastic cup, can't you?
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Next one. I live in constant being asked to share a fun fact about myself.
She broke up a little bit there. It was, I live in constant fear of being asked to share a fun fact about me.
Yes.
So, Val, I want to know a fun fact about you.
Now I've been put on the spot. What's a fun fact about me? I do the radio station at least once a week.
Okay. I'd say another one is you can't walk into Val's house without her offering you a glass of wine.
Oh, yes. Fun fact.
That's a fun fact. All right. Biggest risk I've taken, blank, during the middle of the pandemic. All right. I'm going to share.
Ooh. How would you fill in the blank? Yeah, share.
Blind date. I found someone else that couldn't stay in the house any longer.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
I'm blushing, I think. All right, you're next.
Here's one. My issue with Jeopardy is that you never get the sense the contestants are really in any danger.
That adds so much to the show.
Yeah. Even if it was just like over like a dunk tank or something, but as the music's playing and then if they don't
I like
answer wrong and get dunked.
Electroshock Jeopardy.
Oh.
Increase the ratings, pretty sure.
Oh.
All right.
I'm pretty sure.
Here's another one. Well, allergy pill. The important thing is that you tried.
Same with the cough medicine.
Yeah.
The important thing is that you tried.
Worked for 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I can't believe as a child I'd be asleep at 8 p.m. and then wake up at like 6:30 in the morning, maybe. But if I go to sleep at 8 p.m. now, I'm awake by midnight.
It's true. It's true. I hate dozing off at 7. All right. Let's see. Next
Oh, I do
one.
too.
People who bring their laptops to cafes are the biggest attention seekers. Ah, look at me. I'm so busy.
I can barely have time to drink my coffee.
Yeah.
And then finally, I'm unemployed at heart, and no job will ever change that.
It's a personal favorite right there. That's why I put that one on the list.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
Oh.
Speaking of coffee, all right, from the last one in cafes, what's your favorite coffee says about you? What's your favorite way to drink coffee, Val?
I like a little bit of coffee with my half and half.
Well, that runs in the family. So that's kind of like a latte, then I'm going to say. So for people that like it black, you're straightforward, like to keep things simple, quiet but moody, and all about minimalism. Right? That's if you don't put anything in your coffee. All right. Espresso takes on leadership, hardworking but moody, knows how to get what they want. Wow. Yeah, you're maybe a little uptight.
Just a little.
Espresso. Lattes tend to be obsessive, like to please people, Val, and often indecisive when it comes to making decisions. I don't know if that's true.
People pleaser, though. I'll take that one.
All right. A cappuccino, you're obsessive and controlling, creative and honest, motivated, make excellent friends, but get bored with unimaginative people. Oh. All right. Frappuccino, you'll try anything once.
You're going to put that on like your Tinder account now. You're going to be like looking for a woman like frappuccinos.
And we'll try anything once. Let's see. Frappuccino drinkers also are adventurous and courageous, but don't make healthy choices. Oh, here's mine. Instant coffee drinkers. You're cheerful and optimistic. You're laid back. You tend to put things off, and you're kind of lazy. It's true. Okay. So if you take
just a little.
if you take your coffee with soy, almond, or oat milk, you're high maintenance, detail oriented, self-righteous, and self-centered. Whoa!
Wow.
Wow, better hide that oat milk. All right, here's the fun.
That's kind of mean.
It is. I like it. All right, now people who share. Here's Val with people that shared when they realized they were dating an idiot. Do not use my name in these. Okay.
Okay. When he said he'd make pancakes and put the dry powder directly in the hot pan. When he was stacking cups in the dishwasher.
That's not the right way.
Yeah, this guy thought you absorbed a gallon of water when you showered, so he didn't need to drink any water.
It's not true.
When kids egged his car, he thought the best way to get the egg off was to use steel wool.
That's the best way to get anything off.
Oh my goodness.
Paint on your hands and
What a
arms
moron.
too.
Oh, how about this? When my ex asked me where they grew spaghetti.
Say that again.
This was a guy saying she skipped going to community college classes to stick it to the professor. I had to explain that she had already paid to be there, and the professor wouldn't care or even notice. Uh, when she asked, "Where does the sun go at night?"
Okay. Okay.
And finally, this person said we were talking about dinosaurs and he was shocked to hear they were real. Then he proceeded to ask me if they really breathe fire. He thought dinosaurs and dragons were the same.
Wow. Wow.
Hail to the king, baby.
I just bow to it. All right. So there's people you don't want to catch, and here's you know, if you want them to be attracted to you, maybe things you shouldn't do. All right.
Should not do.
Should not do. Bite your nails, at least in front of them. Eat food fastly and furiously. Flying all over.
My husband and I both have the problem doing that, though. We eat way too fast, but I guess since we both have the problem, then it's okay.
Have you guys
So
graduated?
it's not, yeah.
Have you graduated to just standing side by side and eating over the sink?
No, we're not that bad.
All right. So eat food fast and furiously. Pick your nose or your face. Yeah, probably not attractive. Scratch your body. It'll seem like you have a rash. Especially don't scratch in places you shouldn't. All right. Flip your hair excessively.
Places that you really shouldn't have a rash.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about it. Val, demonstrate flipping your hair excessively. There you go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Don't do that. Talk about your dream wedding. Chew with your mouth open. Talk about your dream, man or woman. Mm-hmm. Talk about how much you hate your job or life. Talk too much about yourself. Make generalized comments about the opposite sex. That's perfect. I always do that. No. Burp or spit when talking.
Do you hate those times, though, when you accidentally spit? I mean, like you're just having a regular conversation and then somehow you end up spitting.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, it's like, sorry, I just spit. Didn't mean to do that.
Wasn't so close to you. By the way, you've got a little something above your lip. Wasn't me. All right. Invade other people's personal space. Kind of the same thing there. Insult another person's clothing, job, or friends. Wear clothes you aren't comfortable in. Others will sense your discomfort. That's why I always leave the thong at home. Talk negative. The delayed laughs are great. Talk negatively about yourself. Talk about your weight. Come on, too strong, fidget. Get so drunk you make a fool of yourself. I've been there. Not me, it was the other person. And monopolize the conversation.
Sure.
Yeah. Monopolizing the conversation. I am a professional at that. So.
Well, sometimes other people don't talk, and then you feel like you're put on the spot to talk and try to come up with something to talk about because they don't say anything. That's really a hard one.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
I think the one that really sticks out for me is invading somebody else's personal space. When people are so close to you and you step back and then they just step closer and you step back and they step closer again. And yeah, that's a hard one for me. Backing up for a reason.
Yeah. But they never pick up on it. Not going to happen.
No.
All right.
No.
All right. So we covered the bad stuff. How about 5 ways to get closer to your significant other? And Val, feel free to abbreviate any of these you want to.
Okay. The one great way is to kiss for 10 seconds.
Oh, wow.
So I heard about this the other day on the news, and they were talking about how kissing for 10 seconds or hugging for 20 seconds actually releases serotonin. And so it's just really gives you a feel-good sense. It makes you feel really connected to other people. So, I mean, not that you want to, kiss somebody you don't know for 10 seconds
What?
in an attempt to get to know them better. It doesn't work like that. But
Oh, man.
But just a little way of saying, as we get into relationships, we just do a peck on the cheek or a quick peck on the way out the door. Take a minute and kiss for 10 seconds.
10 seconds. All right. I think I can do it.
All right. 10 seconds. Turn off the TV and go canoeing or hiking. All you need is a slight sense of danger to get your adrenaline pumping. That transfers over to your partner. They become a source of excitement and a source of security at the same time.
That's why when I get a girl in a canoe, I start rocking it.
Don't rock the boat, baby.
Hold on.
Compliment.
Not you.
Compliment each other 5 times a day. 5 times. When your partner feels noticed and appreciated, they feel closer to you. Plain and simple.
All right.
We make sure we tell each other thank you, please and thank you all the time. That's our little secret. So, like yesterday when Brad helped me build my wall for my art room, told him thank you a bunch of times. He was going to take the dog for a walk while I'm on the radio. I said, "Hey, honey, thanks for taking the dog for a walk." So we always thank each other.
Good.
I don't know if it's a compliment so much as just showing gratitude for what the other person does for you. So
important.
Yeah. All right. Go to a new restaurant. Any new experience, including going to a new restaurant, fuels the feel-good brain hormone dopamine. So do a little dope. I mean, yeah. And then finally talk about the future. What do you want? A beach house somewhere, more kids, season tickets to a sports team. When you share your dreams with each other, you touch on a primal desire and you emphasize your long-term commitment. And that is a recipe for love.
Woo! Woo! All right, shifting gears. Before we take that little break, let's see here. Worst Mother's Day gifts. And Val, I just want to let you know in advance, I have sent this list to both of your sons. All right. And I know you could use some.
You made sure you highlighted worst, right?
Yeah. All right. Worst Mother's Day gifts. First on the list, deodorant.
Are you trying to tell me something?
Sticky Mom. All right. Next one on this is horrible. A fire extinguisher.
Must say something about her cooking.
Yeah. Cleaning supplies. That's right up there with giving somebody breath mints.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just a single loaf of French bread.
Oh my goodness.
Something every mom can use. Salad dressing. This one's,
I want to know if it was Lisa kind she likes.
A doormat for the front door. If she needs one, I guess it's okay.
Yeah. It's a cute one that says like wipe your paws or something like that.
Yeah. Something all moms needs for Mother's Day. Vitamins.
Nothing says I should have taken those neonatal vitamins while I was pregnant with you.
Well, something every mom needs.
Prenatal vitamins, something like that.
Something like that. Every mom needs one of these and new ironing board cover. All right. Oven mitts, that might not be the worst gift if they're, cool and classy and something mom would like. That'd be okay. Let's see.
Okay.
4-pack of vanilla yogurt. Single serves. Mom only likes bland things.
And she'll be stirring that 27 times to get the very last bite of vanilla out of the bottom.
And then I had to add my own 2 to the list, just in case. Worst Mother's Day gift ideas from Scott. Insure and some big underwear. Sorry, Mom.
Oh, no.
Bloomers, I think they call them. All right, we're going to go to break a little early.
Granny panties.
Yeah, let Val reset. We'll come back. We'll take a look at celebrity birthdays, goofy holidays through the weekend. We're even going to bring you some odd news to wrap up the morning show. Hope you stay right here. It is Northern Lights Public Radio, and we are KCHW 102.7.
Listening to Northern Lights Public Radio on 102.7 KCHW, Chewelah Valley, Deer Park.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, May the 3rd, 2024. I'm Mike Clifford. Michigan lawmakers are tackling predatory lending practices, aiming to set standards for payday loans and maximum interest rates.
In Kent County alone, with a payday loan volume of $60 million, the House Insurance and Finance Services Committee discussed Senate Bill 632, sponsored by Senator Sarah Anthony, which seeks to cap annual interest rates at 36% compared to current rates reaching nearly 400%. The bill has passed the Senate and is part of a legislative effort that includes House Bill 5290, sponsored by Representative Abraham Ayash. Dallas Lanier, Executive Director of Project Green, a grassroots economic empowerment network, highlights concerns about the exploitive nature of these loans.
Payday loans inevitably are designed in a fashion that is unaffordable for the majority of people who use those loans.
Lanier says many other states have already capped their interest rate or totally outlawed payday loans because of the financial damage they can cause to their citizens, and argues it's time for Michigan to do better. Farah Siddiqui reporting.
And Donald Trump was back at the Manhattan Criminal Court for his hush money trial on Thursday after a campaign trail romp in battleground states of Wisconsin and Michigan on the court's day off. That from the Independent. The judge, Juan Merchan, is considering 4 more alleged violations of Trump's gag order after earlier fining him $9,000 and warning the defendant he could face incarceratory punishment if he persists in bad-mouthing key participants. The Trump legal team said he is responding to attacks on him from former fixer Michael Cohen and President Joe Biden. Next to Pennsylvania, among the states where massive protests and tent encampments opposing the war in Gaza are growing. Danielle Smith explains.
Ellis Beerson Shear is a Jewish student at Bryn Mawr College who is at the Free Gaza encampment on campus. She explains there are about 44 tents full of students who have been sleeping there since Saturday night. She spoke to Sonali Kahakar on the TV and radio show Yes, Rising Up with Sonali.
We are here because our college has $5 million of its endowment invested in Israeli technology. And we know that this money is complicit in the genocide of Palestinians. Over 30,000 Palestinians have been murdered by the state of Israel.
Beerson Shear adds they are calling on the campus and the university president office to divest in Israeli holdings.
Protesters say they'll be at the encampment indefinitely until their 2 demands are met. This is Public News Service. Next to Vermont, where hundreds of households and businesses are taking advantage of energy rebate programs as they rebuild from last summer's historic floods. We get more in this Energy News Network, Solutions Journalism, and Vermont News Service collaboration.
Residents can receive up to $10,000 per household to repair or replace damaged energy systems and appliances. Matthew Smith with Efficiency Vermont says the utility is helping in recovery efforts in nearly every county.
It all starts with getting in touch with Efficiency Vermont. We assess folks' income and the damage to their home, and we go from there to figure out what the next best step is.
Smith says households with lower incomes are often eligible.
Quick test.
Test.
All right. Say something as soon as you hear me stop.
Hello.
Might be a little shorter, but it's still there. And I kind of need to do a short show today anyways, so we'll just deal with it.
Okay, yeah, I just did a speed test, and my speed test looks okay now. It wasn't good earlier, but it's looking all right now, so I'm not sure why we still have a delay.
All right. I'm going to send it back down the line.
Wonders about local police having enough resources to secure technology for field sobriety tests, especially if revenues don't trickle down to his city of nearly 25,000 people. But Decker acknowledges other criminal justice aspects of legalization, noting there are too many people with low-level marijuana offenses who are incarcerated.
Finally, from Mark Richardson, a new film documents the 2018 battle between Colorado environmentalists and the oil and gas industry over proposed fracking regulations.
The film also documents a grassroots effort by Colorado Rising to pass a ballot initiative that would create a 2,500-foot setback for all hydraulic fracturing wells in the state, particularly in disadvantaged neighborhoods. Sarah Schulte is with the Boulder County Green Faith Organization, which recently previewed the film for about 100 members. She says the film has a strong message.
What probably makes the film pretty dramatic and kind of shocking is the lengths to which oil and natural gas industries in Colorado set out to thwart them, not only with some of the tactics you might expect, but also some kind of more nefarious tactics.
The film, Fracking the System, Colorado's Oil and Gas Wars, won the Spirit of Activism Award at the Colorado Environmental Film Festival. This is Mike Clifford. Thank you for wrapping up your week with Public News Service. Member and listener supported. Hear us on great radio stations, your favorite podcast platform. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
It's 8:06.
Programming on KCHW is made possible in part by listeners like you and by
Country Chevrolet. Country Chevrolet, located at 880 South Main Street in Colville, is a full-service Chevrolet dealership, offering a wide range of new and pre-owned vehicles with at-home mobile test drive service available. In addition, Country Chevrolet also offers maintenance and service, vehicle rentals, and full auto detailing. More information is available at countrychevy.com or by calling 509-684-8400. KCHW would like to thank Country Chevrolet for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chihuahua Flooring.
Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products, including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chihuahuaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
What you cooking, Ma?
Beer.
With noodles. Great idea.
Every time I hear that, it reminds me of Al.
What?
You're always making noodles, and sometimes I wish you'd make them with beer. All right.
Hey, come on. I know you're allergic to beer. I don't want to kill you.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him. He had a bowl of soup.
Beer soup.
Beer soup. Oops. All right. I think it might be okay if you cook it, because I can cook lots of things I'm allergic to, like cucumbers and bananas. As long as I cook them, I can eat them. It changes the enzyme in it, and then you're not allergic to it anymore. So, I don't know.
I was going to kind of ask you that question about, because I know you have some food allergies, and I was kind of going to pick your brain about that because, I was just trying to figure out if I've got some going on too. I thought, that we have the same taste in a lot of things, from cashews. I mean, we both are cashew lovers.
Yes.
And, some of the other connections that we have that just seem bizarre, that we like the same things. And so I was like, I need to check and see if maybe we got some of the same allergies.
Ooh, could be. It's really obvious when you've eaten something that you're allergic to, because you start breaking out. At least I do. My eyes fill with blood, which is kind of startling. I mean, pure red.
Geez.
Yeah. And then I start breaking out in giant, bee stings start hives that you can actually, look in the mirror and watch them form. And that's when you get the EpiPen.
Oh, geez.
I've been curious to just let
All right,
it go.
Then I don't have any food allergies.
Okay. I've been curious to just let it go and see what I might turn into.
Dead?
Yeah. Yeah, but as soon as you die, the hives start disappearing. So, trade off.
Got ya.
Trade off. All right, let's look at Val. Help us out with some celebrity birthdays for today.
All right. Sports personality Greg Gumbel is 78 years old today. Okay. Amy Ryan from Bridge of Spies. Amy, if I can talk, Bridge of Spies in The Office is 56. Bobby Cannavale from Boardwalk and Empire and Spider-Man films is 54. TV personality Willie Geist, 49 today. Christina Hendricks, she was in Good Girls and Mad Men, is 49. Dule Hill from Psych and The West Wing, 49 today as well. Rebecca Hoff, Iron Man 3 and The Town, 42. Dancer Cheryl Burke from Dancing with the Stars is 40. I had to reread that a couple times. Look at that and go, what does that say? Palm Clementif from who is Mantis in the Marvel films is 38. I know I butchered that name. And then finally, Rachel Ziegler from West Side Story and Shazam is 23.
I think you say her name like a sneeze. Clementif! Clementif! Okay. All right.
All right. I'll remember that for next year on her birthday.
Thank you. All right. It happened today. We call it history in 1937. Gone with the Wind. It was a novel by Margaret Mitchell. Val, you gave it to me. Oh, no. We have trunk talking syndrome.
Oh, no.
She won a Pulitzer Prize for fiction with Gone with the Wind. 1973, the Sears Tower in Chicago was topped out as the world's tallest building at the time. 1991, final episode of the original Dallas aired on CBS. Lasted 13 seasons in primetime. People watch that?
Okay. Wow.
All right, 1999, when late-night customers at a Madrid, Spain gas station realized the attendant was sleeping, they filled up without paying and then told all their friends. Party ended $1,000 later when police noticed the commotion and woke the attendant.
Oh, I'm thinking fired.
Oh, come on.
Hello world, hear the song that we're singing. Come on, get happy.
Free gas. All right, sorry. 2000. The sport of geocaching began with the first cache placed at the coordinates from a GPS posted on Usenet. And, just a few years ago, people were still doing it in Chewila, and somebody had put one under the awning at the radio station. So what are these people working outside the radio station doing? And they'd be looking all over. And I'm like, don't touch that tower. But they were actually looking for a little box someone had hid under the bench. All right.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. 2003, lovesick man in Jesse, Italy stole an ambulance so he could serenade his girlfriend with the siren. I love you. I love you. Girlfriend's neighbors complained to police. Well, the 38-year-old man sang. Wow. To sirens?
Oh, it's original. It's really original.
2006, a study by Salary.com reported a full-time stay-at-home mother would earn $134,000 a year if paid for all her work. Whoa.
Wow, and that was 2006. Can you imagine what she'd be paid now?
Yeah, don't tell Mom. Let's see. I'm going to skip those ones because they're just not fun. All right, 2018, we'll wrap it up here. Atlanta Falcons quarterback Matt Ryan became the NFL's first $30 million per season player after agreeing to a $150 million contract extension. Wow. Talk about being overpaid.
Wow.
Yeah. All right,
no kidding.
Special events and holidays for today.
Special events.
Yeah, Val.
All right. It's Garden Meditation Day.
Perfect
Sounds
weather.
like it might be a nice day for that. Yep. Chocolate Custard Day. Raspberry Popover Day. 2 different colored shoes day. Now, that one would be hard. I mean, socks I could see, but usually if you have different colored shoes, they'd be different colored styles. Maybe different heights. That's a little bizarre.
No.
That might be
I have some dress shoes, same kind, and one pair is black and one pair is blue. I could do this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Take pictures. Put them on Facebook.
All right.
International Space Day today. Paranormal Day. Now that sounds like fun. Oh, this one too. No Pants Day.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
I mean, no pants.
School Lunch Hero Day.
Okay.
Ooh, and one just for us, Public Radio Day today. Thanks to someone who does public radio.
Yeah, take part in that. You can make a donation online at kchw.org and help support Public Radio Day in your own town. Just saying.
Just saying.
Scott,
and
I got my hand out,
today's
Alan.
Wordsmith Day. Yeah.
Wordsmith Day. Did you miss Lumpy Rug Day? I didn't hear that one.
Oh, I did miss Lumpy Rug Day. I was so excited by No Pants Day.
Yeah. Actually, Lumpy Rug Day, Val, that is your cat. It's not a lumpy rug. All right. Special events for Saturday, which is May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. It's, of course, Star Wars Day. Tie that together with Anti-Bullying Day. If anybody bullies you, you can hit them with a lightsaber.
Oh, fun.
Kentucky Derby. This year they will be jousting with lightsabers.
Fun as well. I might actually watch the Kentucky Derby now.
I'd bet on that. Auctioneers Day. Homebrew Day. Are you still making any beer, Val?
No, I don't make any beer, but I do still make my wine, so.
Okay. Scrapbooking Day, Bird Day, International Drone Day, Join Hands Day. They canceled that during COVID. International Firefighters Day, International Respect for Chickens Day. Bagawk! Bagawk! How's that? Was that respectful enough? Or did I just?
Oh yeah, that was respectful to everybody but our listeners.
All right.
What's the matter, Colonel Sanders? Chicken!
Kids Fitness Day. Run, Forrest, run! And the last one, it's Orange Juice Day. Moving ahead, Goofy Holidays for Sunday. Here comes my sister Val.
All right, Goofy Holidays for Sunday. I've got to scroll down to that. Cinco de Mayo.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. I bought everything I needed to make margaritas, so I'm ready for the day.
All right.
All right, International Midwives Day.
What it really is a midwife?
They just help you have a baby, so you don't have to go to a hospital or doctor. Yeah.
Oh, you know what I'd say to her?
That's not mine. I'm telling you, baby. It's not mine. I don't even know what this is. This sort of thing ain't my bag, baby.
Go ahead, take it.
Sunday is also Nail Day. And fitting right in with Cinco de Mayo, it's also Enchilada Day.
Mm-hmm.
Holocaust Remembrance Day. Lemonade Day. Museum Lovers Day. National Cartoonist Day. Hoagie Day. Ooh. Silence the Shame Day.
Ooh.
And finally, Revenge of the Fifth.
Oh, scary. Number of the day is 0, and that's baggage lost at Japan's Kansai Airport since it opened in September of 1994. World average for lost baggage is 7.6 pieces per 1,000 passengers. That airport has never, ever lost a bag.
I hope we didn't just jinx them.
I've done it before.
30 years.
30 years.
Never lost a bag.
That's crazy.
Wow.
I wonder what kind of system they have in place and why everybody isn't using it.
No kidding.
Yeah. All right. Very, very impressive. Let's see here. I got to scroll around, so bear with me. And to check out entertainment, we mentioned that the Fall Guy, the new movie, is starring Emily Blunt and Ryan Gosling in theaters. If you don't remember the TV show from the 80s, he's a stuntman, and like everyone in the stunt community, he gets blown up, shot, crashed, thrown through windows, and dropped from the highest of all heights, all for our entertainment. All right. They've been re-releasing movies because, well, there's not a lot at the theaters. This week, re-releasing Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. 25th anniversary re-release.
Oh, cool.
All right. Other things coming out is I saw the TV glow at theaters. Teenager Owen is just trying to make it through life in the suburbs when his classmate introduces him to a mysterious late-night TV show, a version of a supernatural world beneath their own. In the pale glow of the television, Owen's view of reality begins to crack.
Are you sure it was a glow of the TV?
I think so. All right. A couple others that are coming up. Prom Dates. And Val, if you want to take the next one, that'd be great. Prom Dates on Hulu. This new film follows best friends Jess and Hannah, who made a pact at 13 to have the perfect senior prom. But with only 24 hours left before the big event, everything falls apart. And there you go, for tweens.
Oh,
yeah.
All right, on Netflix, it's Unfrosted. It's written, directed, and starring Jerry Seinfeld. This new film tells a very embellished story of the creation of Pop-Tarts. It includes appearances from Amy Schumer, Melissa McCarthy, Jim Gaffigan, Dan Levy, Christian Slater, Hugh Grant, and many more. That might be hilarious.
I think it will be. And I hope they play the song, Have You Ever Put Butter on a Pop-Tart?
Oh, yes. Oh, wow. I'm going to have to write that one down. Unfrosted on Netflix.
Yeah. Let's see. Romantic comedy on Prime called The Idea of You. Anne Hathaway and Nicholas Galitzine, if I say that right, they play unexpected lovers who meet at Coachella.
Ooh.
Yeah, I went to the store to try and buy a Coachella, and they said they didn't have any.
That's no fun. On Max, we have Turtles All the Way Down. The film adaptation of the novel follows 16-year-old Asa Holmes, who struggles with OCD. She reconnects with her childhood crush and deals with the possibility of finding love while confronting her mental illness.
Well, that title doesn't fit that at all.
It does not. Sounded much funner.
All right. The Contestant on Hulu is a new documentary telling the true story of Tomokai Hamamatsu, who auditioned for a TV show in 1998. The premise of the series that eventually made him a household name in Japan left him naked in an empty room for more than a year and tasked him with filling out magazine sweepstakes to earn food, clothes, and other necessities. This sounds horrible. He had no idea it was becoming wildly famous in Japan as the series was broadcast to more than 15 million people. This is a true story. And
bizarre.
And a weird one. I'll do it.
Wow.
I usually sit around the house like that all the time anyways. And doing the same thing, filling out magazine sweepstakes.
Well, you got to do something on your days off.
Yeah.
Actors Paul Rudd and Nick Jonas are set to star in an upcoming musical comedy film, Power Ballad. The film, currently being filmed in Dublin, follows an uplifting music-driven story about a wedding singer, a rock star, and the song that creates tension between them.
All right. I think that wraps up entertainment and what you might be able to catch on TV and at the theaters this weekend. Devel, have you went out yet and caught the new Dune movie?
Is this one that's already made it to streaming?
I don't, unless they just did it a couple days ago, I don't think they've had part 2 up yet. So they had part 1 on streaming, and now part 2 is at theaters. So I haven't got out to see it yet. It was released a few weeks ago, but I want to see it on the big screen. I was just curious if you did.
Okay. No, we watched the first one on streaming, and Brad has never been a huge fan of even like the original Dune, and so I don't think he enjoyed it terribly. So we won't be going to see it at the theater.
So the worst part about it, I really like the new one, starring Timothy Chalamet. The thing I didn't like, one of the most annoying parts of the original Dune was Kyle MacLachlan and his constant whispering and giving you his mental thoughts. And it was a real drag on the movie. It's real disconcerting. And they did it again with the whispering. And I think it takes away. I imagine it was something in the book that for some reason these directors thought they needed to keep in. But I think you could have had maybe a narrator or something do it in a much more digestible manner than the weird whispering. So that's kind of my drawback. And then I will say Baron Harkonnen from the original, far more scary, even though the new Baron Harkonnen is creepy. The one from the original series was just disgusting. All right, that's enough about Dune. Let's give Val a few trivia questions.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Immediately.
Who dares enter the sacred and awesome presence of the everlasting know-it-all?
It's a lot of pressure on you, Val. All right.
No one dares enter my presence.
Ooh. All right, here we go. Fun and games, we like to call them. Your first trivia question. In a survey, the people in Sweden, Japan, and Canada were more likely to know this about the U.S. than people in the U.S.
Who their president was.
No, ma'am.
Because half of our country is still confused.
Yes. Who? What?
Let's see.
It'd be something real common about us.
Like like Washington D.C. being the capital of the nation.
You may be a little warmer, but that's not it. Simpler.
Simpler, huh?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Population.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those people in those countries are more apt to know the population of the United States than people that actually live in the United States.
So what is it? It's like 330 some million, is that right? 333 million?
Yeah, that's the last I heard. And that seems like an easy one. 333 million. Yeah.
Yeah, give or take a few.
All right, 3 things, and you tell me what they have in common. Tennis, bowling, and cotton.
Balls.
Yes. And we have a great bowling ball story in Odd News today, so just don't go.
A little teaser.
Yeah, don't go anywhere. It's a story that'll actually make your head hurt. Tennis match, a sinner, and an earthquake. It's a tough one.
A sinner and an earthquake. Oh. Well, I don't know. That is a tough one.
That is a tough one. Think of the earthquake and what they follow.
What earthquakes follow?
Yeah. Travel along.
Tremors?
No, what do earthquakes travel along?
Oh, fault lines.
Yeah, so I didn't know this. Tennis match, fault. A sinner, fault. So the answer was faults. All right.
Oh, wow.
That was a tough one.
That was a tough one.
Right,
I wonder if anybody listening got that one. Cause
I'll ease up on you with this next one. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, The Matrix, John Wick.
They're all movies.
With
Keanu Reeves?
Yeah, that's what they would share in common, as well as all being movies. So I guess you doubled up on that one.
Okay.
All right. Your son tells you he's dating a philatelist. What does she do?
Passes gas a lot.
Oops, I philateled.
Philatelist. I'm trying to think if I can get anything out of that word to even suggest that.
I don't think
know.
anybody that works at the U.S. Postal Service would do this.
Philatel.
Because they have to deal with them all day long.
It's something about packages then? What?
Collecting stamps.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Okay.
All right. You'll lose 100 pounds of this in your lifetime.
Skin.
Yes. It's on your floor right now. It's skin. All right. This is a tough one, Val. Which of these did not happen in 1969? What were you, 5?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you were 5.
Yeah.
These did not happen when you were 5. All right. Which one did not happen when you were 5? I'm going to clear that up. Richard Nixon inaugurated his 37th president. Apollo 11 astronauts took their first walk on the moon. Deliverance was in movie theaters. The Children's Television Workshop introduced Sesame Street, which did not happen in 1969.
I am going to say Deliverance.
That movie actually 1972 and super creepy.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I watched it once and it was so disturbing to me. I told Brad I could never watch it again.
Yeah.
I can't even when they do that banjo music. It was just disturbing to me.
Hair on the back of your neck.
I hated it. I hated that movie.
Yes, it's bad. All right. Spy the Lie. John Lennon's first girlfriend was named Thelma Pickles. What?
What?
Humans gradually began to shrink at around age 60. And the LL in LL Bean stands for Leon Wood. Which one's the lie?
Oh, my goodness. And it was humans start to shrink at age 60?
Yes.
Was that the...
Yeah.
I'm going to say that's a lie.
Yay! Another one right, Val. Yeah, we gradually start shrinking in their 30s. I started at birth. I'm only 5'4".
Yeah, I was thinking, I think we start losing muscle mass by then and stuff. So, yeah, I would think we're shrinking way sooner than 60.
Shrinking. I done shrunk. All right. What's in common with these, Val? James, savings, junk.
Bond.
Yes. Queen, date, dress.
Prom.
Yes. Fried chicken, bourbon, and derby. It's one of our goofy holidays.
Kentucky.
Yeah, Kentucky. Good job. Christmas, funeral, holly.
Christmas, funeral, holly. Oh, this must be simple, and I'm just not getting it.
It is. Used to make them.
Wreaths.
Is that too big of a hint?
Yeah.
I cheated for my sister. Yeah, helped her out.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Around the world, there are about 8,500 chapters of this fan club. It's a kid's toy.
Kid's toy, you said?
Yeah.
Fan club. Legos?
No.
Fan club. It's a kid's toy.
Only hints I can think of giving you would totally give it away.
All right. I give then.
Barbie. Barbie fan club.
That was kind of I messed up on that one. That would be pretty obvious.
58% of all major football injuries involve what?
Somebody else tackling you?
That can happen anywhere. I've been tackled at home.
Involve what? It's not as simple as the ball. Cleats.
No, it's 58% of all major football injuries involve what part of the body?
Oh, what part of the body? I am going to go with the leg, I guess.
No, looking for knee, although I thought it would have been the head.
down.
The knee.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I was thinking, ankle, knee, somewhere in the leg.
All right. You held up pretty good through all that. Good job.
I didn't do too bad today.
No. All right. I got places to be, so we're going to wrap up the show a few minutes early. And, of course, I know Val wants to get her weekend started, too, and we appreciate her filling in for Chuck today. So we're going to do this.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid.
You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
Ooh, we got lots of great stories and sound effects today, but we always start off with the news attack, which is one line that's true, followed by a bad joke, and Val's kicking it off.
All right. Researchers have observed an orangutan treating a face wound with a medicinal plant deliberately. It's just like the rest of us. He knew that getting in to see a doctor would take weeks.
It's true. Hey, and your delay's totally gone now. It's awesome.
Right. Wait till the end of the show.
Yeah. A Florida man who fired at cops told him he just wanted to finish his beer. Can you handcuff me after I finish my Heineken? Sure.
Chick-fil-A is planning to build its first restaurant within the city limits of Portland, Oregon, in a building that once housed a strip club. From spicy lap dances to spicy chicken sandwiches. # America.
I remember this place. Never want to hear Dad say that at dinner.
No, it looks so different now. What'd they do with that pole?
Federal government trying to sell off a supercomputer. It's a government computer, which means it has a really good version of solitaire. It's probably one of the old ones from the 70s, as big as a house.
Probably.
Yeah.
Researchers from Harvard University have identified 4 common healthy eating patterns that can help reduce the risk of an early death by up to 20%. I'm guessing the 4 aren't the taco pattern, the French fry pattern, the burrito pattern, and the waffle pattern.
Waffle patterns. In a workplace survey, 64% of people said they don't tell coworkers when good snacks are in the break room table. It's not even nice. I want to know who those people are at KCHW so I can use the last square of toilet paper in the bathroom.
I'll get even.
Yes.
A study says that people who go to bed earlier have fewer worries. That's because they don't see the late night news.
According to a study, neuroscientists say that we can have what they are calling emotional hangovers. They're much like alcoholic hangovers, but with more crying and less vomiting.
I don't know. I've seen lots of crying in regular hangovers.
Yes, true. All right, we move on to wacky but true, and Val kicks us off again. We don't add anything to these stories, but a sound effect or sound effects from television and movies.
All right. A 32-year-old's night out in Nashville took a turn for the worse when he struggled to cooperate with officers. When approached about his well-being, Adam Bridle, visibly impaired, attempted to call a friend but repeatedly opened TikTok instead. Despite having a hotel room key on his phone, Bridle couldn't access it due to his TikTok distractions. I'm having TikTok distractions right now. In an odd twist, he ended up hitting his head against a wall trying to fix his hair, further complicating the situation. This series of antics resulted in Bridle being taken into custody for public intoxication.
Okay. How do you hit your head against the wall while trying to fix your hair?
Remember those people flipping their hair?
Oh.
Give me a little something with hair on it.
Now, before we do this, let's go over the ground rules. Rule number 1, No touching of the hair or face.
Of course.
And that's it! Now let's do this!
They're in my hair! They're in my hair! Oh, God! Heaven help me!
I see. There is nothing in your hair.
Exactly. I was merely running a drill.
Careful. That's when they took him to jail.
Yeah. Oh, so disgusting.
Double dumb gun guy here. A man was caught trying to take a loaded gun on board an airliner at Reagan International Airport in Arlington, Virginia. The man was not identified except to say he was from Florida. And that he was caught with the same loaded gun in 2019 at a Florida airport. So he knew that carrying guns into airport secure areas is illegal. Man told officials he wanted to travel with a firearm for protection. Can't say that I blame him. In 2019, he was allowed to take the gun back to his car. This time, however, the weapon was confiscated and he was issued a criminal citation. And I have this very special montage for him.
I don't know what hit me. I'm driving up here and I say to myself, who cares about Florida?
Well, I'm going to tell you something. You see, the state of Florida, they dropped the rest of the time I owe them. Because that warden, he faked up those additional charges he had against me.
Great.
I used to have a roommate, but my mom moved to Florida.
Everyone from Florida is stupid. Everyone from Florida is dumb. I might not be the brightest guy, but next to them my IQ's high. If they had guitars, here's how they'd strum.
I love that. I used to have a roommate, but Mom moved to Florida.
Well, that was so fun. We're going to stay in Florida.
Okay.
Police in Port Orange, Florida, responded to reports of a disturbance stemming from a fight between neighbors. While officers were getting information from one neighbor, the other, Brett McPeak, came out of his house and allegedly started shooting. Officers moved in with guns drawn, and one officer can be heard on body cam footage telling McPeak, "Stay right there." McPeak's reply can also be heard, "I'm cracking this beer, okay? This beer is cold, sir, and I want to drink it." After arresting him, officers found 2 handguns inside his house, one with a spent shell casing, and guess what? He was charged.
Oh, surprise, surprise!
But you bought the bottle of beer, definitely, at 12:15.
Accidentally dropped it.
You bought the bottle
Accidentally dropped
of beer at 11:15.
Okay then, Mr. Lightbeer, prove it.
Wait a minute. Why do you want that beer so bad?
Because he's thirsty, dummy.
Yummy, yummy, says my tummy.
I'm cracking this beer, okay?
Okay. All right. I have vowed to stop picking on Canada. All right. We talked about this on Tuesday, right? Because we've had so many Canadian listeners on the web stream. Let's see, last month, 2,100 hours of listening from Germany, which was the number 1 country listening to KCHW. I don't know why. And number 2 was Canada with over 1,600 hours of listening. So I vowed to stop making Canada jokes, but I'm not responsible for this story.
That's right. You're just retweeting it.
Something like that. A man went for a swim off the coast of Cuba and died. His family, which had moved to Canada from Syria, spent over $7,000 to get his body sent home to Canada. Family gave a photo to funeral workers who expected a bald 68-year-old, discovered that Cuba had sent him a tattooed guy with hair on his head who looked closer to 48. Funeral home executive learned that the tattooed guy was from Russia, and that man's body had been sent there. So now they will unbury the body in Russia and send it back to Canada. Do you follow all that? All right.
Barely.
All right. The one thing I do know is nobody needs a passport for this. Let's check it out.
Canada, huh? Almost made it.
What do you want to do about the Russian? I want you to bury him.
I hate Russians. I'll take care of them.
And the loser has to go back to Canada where he belongs.
Oh. Wasn't me.
Well, so many of your listeners are listening from Germany that we might be telling a story about one of them.
Oh.
Because traffic police in Germany stopped a car and gave a ticket to the driver because his dog wasn't wearing a seatbelt.
Hello. Huh. Well, I didn't know that was a law. We need to have that.
I didn't either. Yeah.
That was so short, you should do another one.
All right. Shocking video caught a woman hurling a bowling ball at another woman and knocking her unconscious at a Miami bowling alley or back in Florida. The intense brawl unfolded at Lucky Strike around 1 a.m. Tuesday.
Now, there's a typo right there. The question is, hey, who's bowling at 1 a.m. on a weeknight?
There you go. No kidding. Footage shows a woman in a white skirt throwing a bowling ball at someone's head, causing the victim to collapse on the floor. Stunned bystanders shouted, "No!" as the bowling ball struck the victim. The assailant then chucks another bowling ball at another woman, but it appears to fall short. A man then pulls the ball-slinging woman away from the fight. Oh, there's a video.
I was afraid to play it. I figured there'd probably be some swearing and stuff.
Oh, my goodness.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Who does that?
Oh, bowling night.
Bowling averages are way up. Mini golf scores are way down.
In other words, use your head. What for? Well, you could use yours for a bowling ball.
You mean one of those with a hole in it?
Exactly.
I love this bowling for buzzards.
And by the way, Norton, I won't forget you in my will. I'm leaving you my bowling shoes.
I feel like Lucky Strike must serve alcohol.
And a lot of it. Let's see. In Italy, a couple of guys robbed a jewelry store and hopped into their getaway car hoping to make a quick exit from town. Perhaps they should have checked with the highway department first. They didn't get very far before they found themselves stuck in a huge traffic jam caused by a highway construction project. Police simply walked up to the crook's car and placed them under arrest.
I got my 2 hands up. I surrender. Come and lock me up here forever.
And Val takes us out with our last story.
All right, firefighters in China had to break into a 4th-floor apartment after a drunk woman got stuck in a clothes hanger outside her window. The woman was left sitting precariously on one of the hanger's bars and hanging on to the other 2. Firefighters rushed to the scene and broke down the door of the apartment. Luckily, the rescuers managed to grab hold of her and drag her through the window back into her apartment.
Ooh, let's find out how she got there.
Only promise me one thing. Don't take me home until I'm drunk. Until I'm very drunk indeed.
You scared her. She went out the window.
She went out the window? Well, I better check and make sure she's not still there, huh? Hey, lady, are you drunk?
You talk crazy. The consensus of opinion is that the most sensible thing to do is to go ahead and jump and hope for the best.
With or without parachute.
Walter, did you see that? She jumped.
Yeah.
You talk crazy.
Sensible thing to do is just to go ahead and jump.
Just jump.
Just jump.
It'll be fine.
All right. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Tonight on the radio, it's a night full of classic rock. Start off with a live show with Old Man Mark, 6 to 8. And then it's the psychedelic era, followed by the Days of Confusion. And by the time it's over with at midnight, you'll be fully classic rocked out. Promise. All right?
Fully dazed and confused.
Fully dazed and confused. Let's see. I accidentally shot the camera, but don't forget that the VFW has that fundraising dinner Saturday night. That is a great cause. We've got the citywide yard sale throughout Chihuahua Saturday morning, as well as the Gold Hill Trail work party, too. So get out and, I guess, support those things. Other than that, we want you to have a great weekend. Stay safe. And tomorrow is a nice day. You got rain on Sunday. Any closing words, Val?
Treat each other kind and enjoy your weekend.
Yay! And thank you again so much for filling in for Chuck. Have a great weekend. Keep on listening to Northern Lights Public Radio. We are KCHW 102.7. Bye, Val.
Bye.
Surprise! Surprise!
Who's your daddy? Come on, you know who your daddy is. Who's your daddy? Tell him who his daddy is.
I'm your daddy.
KCHW 102.7 FM, the music education station, is pleased to announce its first fully produced syndicated radio program that's available to public radio stations worldwide. It's called Swinging with Dr. Jazz, and you can hear it locally at 6 p.m. every Sunday night, right here on Northern Lights Public Radio. Each episode features 6 swing-era bands